Okay, so let's start on our backs. And we'll start in a reclined butterfly. Feet together, knees out. And if you want, you can put your blocks under your knees and let them rest on the blocks. And then we'll remove them here in a few moments. But just give us a moment to kind of come into our bodies. If we're feeling discombobulated, to undiscombobulate maybe. By noticing as we lie on our backs the points of contact. Maybe name those points of contact with the floor right now of your body on the floor. And notice maybe if you place a hand on the stomach and a hand on the heart, the rise and fall of the body with the breath. Giving ourselves a moment to kind of disattach from our internal deadline or our internal clock that we might always be thinking of. Deadline, timeline, just letting go. Give ourselves another breath in. If you have blocks underneath your knees, remove those blocks and let the breath leave the body. Now one more breath in. And we'll exhale to bring feet to the floor, maybe mat distance apart. And then let's exhale to drop our knees over to the right. Maybe that left knee hovering over that right foot. If you want, you could bring the right foot to the outer side of that left knee. And we're going to breathe into this left outer hip. That left glute is probably off the floor. You can have your shoulder blades on the floor if you want, or you can reach your arms overhead. We're going to breathe here in this left outer hip for a few breaths. Try to relax the right leg, just let it rest on the left outer knee. On your next exhale, let go of that right foot from the knee if it was there, and then exhale to bring the knees back to the middle. Pause here, bring the hands back to the side of the body on the floor, palms down. Let's bring our feet maybe mat distance apart or hip width distance. And then exhale, drive the hips up. Coming into a few bridge flows before we go to the other side. Pause at the top. And exhale to lower down. Exhale, press the hips to the sky, breathing in and out. And then we'll exhale to lower down. Pause at the bottom. Bring those feet hip width distance apart, or mat width distance, excuse me. And then exhale to drop the knees over to the left. Let that left foot come on the outside of the right knee if you want. And just breathe into this space here. You can bring the arms up overhead if you want. Noticing how that might change the low back. I like to bring my left hand underneath my head. I'm just going to rest my head in my hand. Notice the points of contact of your body on your own body and your body on the floor. Let out a sigh. And your next exhale. And then we'll inhale. Then our next exhale, that left foot comes off that right outer knee if it was there. And then we'll exhale to bring knees back to the middle. Let's just windshield wiper the legs here. Maybe noticing the back. You can bring those hands to the floor. Let that back move along with the knees and the hips. And then exhale to bring knees to the middle. Exhale to bring knees to the chest. Rock back and forth. And then we'll exhale to bring our elbows on the inside of the knees. And then bring the hands to the outer side of the foot for a happy baby variation. And we'll pause here, kind of rocking back and forth. The weight of the hands can pull, could be the only weight on those feet to bring the knees down, or maybe you kind of pull slightly with those hands. Let out the breath. Oh, here we are, our happy baby. Give ourselves one more breath here. And then we'll slowly exhale to kind of bring those heels down, release the hands from the feet. Let's come into Shavasana as we set our intention for our practice today. Let's breathe in and out. Letting this intention bubble up to guide us. Maybe it's a word or two words, a mantra. Let's breathe in. And then on an exhale, let's roll over onto our stomachs before we come to stand. And on our stomachs, let's bring our hands underneath the shoulders. And then exhale to press up into a baby cobra, slowly coming into a full cobra to straighten the arms. I still have a bend in my arms, so you can keep them straight or bent or straighten them. And then let's lower down just a little bit. And then exhale, bring those heels towards the glutes. Kind of wiggle the ankles around if you want. Let's exhale, press back to child's pose. Bring the knees nice and wide. Sit the sits bones back under the heels. Breathe in. And then exhale to roll all the way up with shoulders over the wrists now. And then exhale to bring those heels towards the glutes and then drop the hips down and lift the heart for a King Cobra, Raja Bhujangasana. Let's exhale back to child's pose. We're going to move through a few King Cobra child's pose breaths here. Exhale, rolling up, kind of a cat back as you drop the hips, with the heart through the hand or the shoulders and the biceps, and bring those heels towards the glutes. King Cobra pose, Raja Bhujangasana. Exhale, sink it back to child's pose. On your next inhale, let's rock the hips up, kind of a cat back. Drop the chest down, peek that heart through the arms, and then bring those heels towards the glutes. Drop the hips down, and rounding the back. And then let's exhale the table, knees underneath the shoulders, or knees underneath the hips, hands under the shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, step that right foot forward, curl the toes of that left foot under. Let's rise up to Crescent Lunge, just so we can drop that left hip flexors forward. Breathe in. Exhale, frame the foot, lower that left knee, bring the right knee back. Exhale, step that left foot forward, curl the toes of the right foot under, straighten that leg, lift up to crescent, only to drop those hip flexors on the right forward. Breathe in. And then exhale, frame the foot, step the right foot forward to meet the left, shake side to side, kind of letting ourselves move, bend the knees. Let's rise up to stand. Inhale. And then exhale, hands in front of the heart, bend the knees, shake them out, tuck the pelvis, mountain pose, Tadasana. Breathe in. Exhale. Another breath in. Exhale. And now we'll inhale, bring arms up overhead. Exhale, moving through a sun salutation through Uttanasana. Let's lift up, finding a back with the kind of flat, heart parallel with the ground, crown of the head, reaching forward. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Let's inhale back to our Palakasana, hips lift, press the earth away. We're going to exhale back to downward facing dog first. Adho Mukha Svanasana, reach the heart towards those thighs, and then we'll inhale to plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lifting the heart. Let's pause here in our upward facing dog. Lift the right foot and then reach it back. Lift the left foot, reach those toes back. Drop the hips. We're going to pause here to lengthen through the hip flexor area. And then we'll exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now inhale, step the right foot forward. Keep that left hand down or on a block. And then reach the right arm to sky. Side angle pose. Revolve side angle. Exhale, bring that right hand down. And then we'll exhale to step that left foot forward. Breathe in. Exhale, bend the knees, rise up. And then let's exhale to fold forward again. Inhale, step the right foot back. Bring the block on the inside of that foot, lower the right hand, and then come into revolve side angle with that left hand to sky. Offering a twist to the back, dropping those hips on the right forward, that's hip flexors forward and down. Exhale, bring the left hand down to meet the left foot. Let's inhale to step that left foot back. Now exhale, lower down the knees, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Pause here in tabletop. And now exhale, point the right toe to the sky. Let's drop the belly, lift the heart. Then exhale, round spine, knee to chest. Then inhale, point the toe to the sky. And then exhale, lower that right knee. Let's sway the hips side to side. And then back to table. Let's inhale, point the left toe to the sky, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, round knee to chest. Now inhale, point the toe to sky, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, knee to chest. Then lower that left knee down. Let's walk our hands forward, coming into puppy. Exhale. Sits bones over the knees, breathing in and out. Exhale. Inhale. And now exhale, bring those hands underneath the shoulders again. Pause here. Now on an exhale, let's bring that right knee out to the side as if we were lifting that knee onto a box. And we'll pause. And then tap that right knee back to meet the left. And then exhale, lift that knee out to the side. And then drop it back in. And now let's pause and bring that right knee towards the right elbow. Then lift it out. And then circle it back, kind of bringing that right foot to the sky. The knee is parallel with the hips now. And then bring that right knee back to the elbow. Bring it out to the side, making these hip circles. Try to keep that left knee and that left hip in the middle. Maybe clockwise with this right knee with some circles. And then whenever you're ready, reverse it. So bring the knee up, maybe in line with the hip, and then out to the side, and then towards the knee. Keeping ourselves stable with a strong core, balance with the hands and the knee. And the next time you get through a full circle of this hip circle, rest that right knee on the ground. We'll exhale, walk our hands forward, coming onto the palms, or maybe the forearms. Melt the heart. Breathe in and out. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Wiggle out the shoulders. Maybe relax the wrists, coming onto the fists if you need to. And then let's exhale, bring that left knee out to the side, onto a box, and then bring it back in to tap the right knee. Exhale, bring that left hip out to the side. Draw it back in, maybe tap the knee, and exhale out to the side last time. And now bring it in to hover, and then exhale, draw that left knee to the left elbow, then out to the side, and then back with the hip parallel to the floor, the foot to the sky, then draw that left knee to the elbow, making those circles. Out, and then thigh is parallel with the foot parallel to the sky, and then in. One more rotation here in this direction. And then we'll switch directions, going towards the sky, and then out, and then to the knee. Notice how strong that low belly is. If you didn't know you had abdominal muscles before, you do now. So next time you get that knee to the elbow, bring that left knee to the floor. And now let's curl the toes under and sit back onto the heels. And then we'll lift our arms to the sky, kind of coming into a hero pose variation. Drop the hands in front of the heart. Inhale. Exhale, close the eyes, bring the gaze towards the tip of the nose. Inhale. And then we'll exhale to bring our hands to the ground in front of the knees. Rock back, maybe lower the heels, turn the feet out. And let's wiggle our way into a malasana, dropping those hips down or onto some blocks. Breathing in, and exhale, press the elbows into those knees. Maybe notice how the groin, the inner thigh responds. Breathe in. Exhale, drop that left hand towards the earth, the right arm reaching to the sky. Let's give ourselves a little twist here. And then exhale, bring hands to prayer. Elbows press into the knees. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand down, the left arm up to sky. Breathe in. And then exhale, bring the hands to meet in front of the heart. Let's pause here together. Maybe noticing that intention in our space and how it feels in our body. Let's exhale to bring hands to the earth. Straighten out the legs. You keep those feet pointed out if you want. And kind of wiggle side to side. And you're probably facing the mirror of your mat. So keep yourself there if you want. Let's bend our knees. Rise all the way up to stand. Breathing in and out as we come into mountain pose. Breathe in. Let's exhale, step that right foot back or either foot back. Just turn to face the long edge of your mat so our feet are wide. I'm going to come into one of your favorites, I know. Breathe in. Let's exhale to come over to Skandasana on the right. So the heart is hovering over the thigh, or the thigh if you want to come parallel, or you can lift with the heart. Let's breathe in here. Let's exhale to kind of straighten that right leg just a little bit so you can comfortably turn the left toes up, opening up the hip, getting some rotation. Let's exhale, bring the left foot to the ground. You can lower the hips if you want. You can lift up a little and then rotate the feet of that left foot, the toes of the foot. And exhale, lower that right foot, that left foot to the ground, breathe in. Let's exhale, come through the middle, straightening both legs. Exhale, wiggle out the legs, hands to hips, breathe in. And exhale, bring that right hand down that right leg and reach the left hand up to sky. Glance towards the right foot or towards the left hand. Lengthen through the side body with the breath. And now let's exhale, arms out like a T with Chitta Tadasana. Exhale, bring hands to heart. Breathe in. And then exhale, drop over to the left, Skandasana. Pause. You can exhale and bring that heart parallel with the thigh, giving yourself a nice kind of stretch on the inner groin first, and then inhale to lift the heart. And then we'll exhale to turn the right toes towards the sky, and then lower the right foot to the ground. Inhale, toes to sky. And then exhale, right foot to the ground, breathe in and out. Let's exhale to come back up to extended mountain pose, wiggle out the legs. Then exhale, left hand on that left leg, right arm to sky, breathe in. Exhale, bring the hands out like a T. Your next exhale brings those hands to the hips, breathe in. Exhale, heel toe those feet together, maybe wiggle out the knees as you bring the feet about hip width distance apart. And now if it's in your practice, exhale to bring that right knee in front of the right hip. And then bring that right foot to the top of that left thigh. You can come into your flying pigeon. And if that's not quite in your practice today, come into a little tree with the right foot down. And if you want, you can bring that foot to slide up and down the leg. A little active tree or your flying pigeon. And if you want, you can tuck the heart towards the thigh. You feel a little bit on this outer glute and the outer hip. Whereas if your heart is lifted, you might notice it more on the inner thigh. Breathing in and out. Another breath in. Let's exhale to bring our arms out like a T to come out of this, kind of giving ourselves a challenge with our balance as we exhale to lift that knee to the chest. So from the side, you might have your knee drawn in. And then exhale, lower that foot down, shake it out, bring arms overhead. Exhale to flush it out, purify and cleanse with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, let's bend the knees and rise all the way up to stand. Arms, palms come together. Exhale, hands in front of the heart, shake it out. And now we'll exhale to plant that right foot. Inhale to bring that knee up. And then exhale to bring that left ankle on top of that right thigh, coming into your flying pigeon or your active tree with your foot on the calf, sliding up and down. When you slide that foot up and down in tree, it gives movement to that hip socket. So either one, whichever is in your practice today, in your energy to calm the mind. Feel your intention kind of relaying through every cell. Let's inhale. Exhale. Another breath. Inhale. And we'll exhale to come out of this by straightening that right leg gently and with control. Draw that left knee into the chest. And then exhale to plant that left foot. Wiggle out the feet. Let the hands drop. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, purify and cleanse. You fold forward. Give yourself as much time here in your forward fold as you need. Legs straight or as bent as much as you need. We'll inhale when you're ready to a plank pose, just to drop those knees. Maybe bring the feet, you can cross one foot over the other or bring the big toes together. And then bend the elbows, drop the hips, lift the heart, bring those heels towards the glute for a variation of our King Cobra. And then exhale back to child's pose. Inhale. Let's exhale to rock forward onto the belly. And then as you're ready, come onto your back. And when you get to your back, maybe bring those feet together and just notice how it feels here in butterfly now. You may or may not remember how it felt to start class. But pause here and thank your body and your mind, your spirit, for bringing you here to your mat today, for all your efforts. And then as you're ready, come into Shavasana, or maybe you want to stay in butterfly. Perhaps that's the shape for you today. Perhaps there's another shape that you want to offer yourself as a closing. Sealing your intention, sealing your practice. Oftentimes in my practice in Shavasana, the words that come to my heart are, "You've come so far." You've come so far. And different days, that phrase that comes to my heart, that lands on a different part of my life. Might be mentally that day, might be emotionally, might be physically. It might mean just for that hour or 20 minutes that I practiced. Sometimes I feel it applies to the past decade or 5 years. So maybe just let that resonate with you. You've come so far. As you're ready, you can make your way to a seated position to close our class together. Let's breathe in and out, perhaps closing in the same manner that we started, noticing the points of contact with the floor, with our body. Let's inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.